How's it going, everyone? I hope y'all are having a great day or night once again. In this video, I want to go over the best possible loadouts, perks, tacticals, and lethals to use in Call of Duty Warzone. For those of you who are completely new to the game, or for those of you who just want to see what loadouts I use in game. And I just wanted to let all of you know that if you have any questions or comments about what videos you all want to see in the future, please leave them in the comment section below so I know what videos you all want to see. I'll be sure to answer your comments as soon as I can. Also, please remember to drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button down below and turn on post notifications to be notified when I post a future upload. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so the first thing I want to do, for those of you who are new, we're going to go into our weapons. Right now I'm in multiplayer. Just to show you guys, because not all of my weapons that I think are good I have leveled up, because I don't use them all often. I mostly use the Growl and the MP7, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But that's why I'm in multiplayer, because it'll allow me to put on all the attachments that I think would be good to use for those of you who are new to the game. But anyway, so we're going to go into our weapons, and I'm going to go to Edit Loadouts, and you'll see this screen. And the first loadout I have is the Growl 556 and the MP7. Okay, the Growl 556, excuse me, is assault rifle. It is really good. A lot of people use it. I mean, you'll see other YouTubers that play this game, streamers, everybody. A lot of people use this gun because it is so good, so good. And once you level it up, it'll be really good. But I've heard, and I'm pretty sure it's happening, the Growl will be nerfed in the foreseeable future. I don't know what day it's going to be nerfed, but I'm guessing whenever they make their next update, when Call of Duty does their next update, it's going to be nerfed, which sucks because this is a really good gun. I don't know if it's going to be a big nerf and it's going to make the Growl horrible, or if it's just going to be, you know, a small nerf or whatnot. A lot of people say, like FaceWag has said, you know, he wants all of the weapons to be, he thinks that all the other weapons should be buffed instead of the Growl being nerfed, which, I mean, I kind of agree with him. You know, I really like using the Growl, and I think it would make sense to buff all the other weapons. But anyway, the Growl 556 is a really good weapon, so let's get into the attachments. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to put on is your monolithic suppressor. Okay, monolithic suppressor is really good. I mean, a lot of people use the monolithic suppressor on every gun that they use. As you can see on here, it says the pros is sound suppression and damage range. It also makes it so that when you shoot your weapon, that little red dot that pops up on the mini-map will not pop up. So it makes it so that people can't see where you are, which is really nice. But it also makes the range of damage a lot higher. Alright, next one, the Tempest 26.4 inch arch angle barrel. Really good barrel. It's probably the best one to use in Warzone particularly. So yeah, definitely use that. Damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control, all of those things are really good, and you want that. The next thing, Commando foregrip. Recoil stabilization and aiming stability. And then you want the 60 round mag so that you have enough ammo when you're fighting in case you have to come up against 2 players or more than that. It makes it easier for you, so you're not running out of ammo and reloading more often. And then last but not least, the tac laser is what I would use for aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and aiming walking steadiness. Make it faster to aim down sight when you're fighting people. Another option you guys could use instead of the tac laser, you could use the Cronin Sniper Elite, which is also really good. Which would, yeah, and that just makes the aiming stability and walking steadiness better. But personally, I would go with the tac laser. I think it's a lot better than that. So yeah, so that's the Growl 556, and then what you can rock with that is an SMG. I will either do the MP7 or the MP5, and there is a new weapon that came out, the Fennec, as well. That is also a really good weapon, and I will show you guys the attachments for all of them right now. So first thing, MP7, the attachments for that, I would do monolithic suppressor, FSS recon for that damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control like other weapons that we've seen. Oh, shoot. And go back. There we go. Okay, my bad. And then the underbarrel, Commando foregrip, 60 round mag, and stippled grip tape. Another thing you could do is, instead of the stippled grip tape, you can go with the tac laser. You know, it's really it's your personal preference, but definitely I would go with the Monolithic Suppressor, FSS Recon, and the 60 round mag. The underbarrel actually could be something different too if you wanted hip fire accuracy to be improved. You know, you could use the Merc foregrip, which is right there, but I would go with the Commando foregrip. That's what I personally use. So that's for the MP7. And then the perks you guys want to use. Now I will go over the perks real quick. And the perks for the first one, we have Double Time, EOD, Scavenger, Cold Blooded, Kill Chain, and Quick Fix. And I'm telling you guys right now, the only ones that you guys are going to want to use in Warzone is either Double Time, EOD, or Cold Blooded. Those are the 3 best ones that you can use in Warzone. I'll just go over them right now while we're talking about Warzone stuff. Double Time, it doubles the duration of your tactical sprint, so when you double tap, or if you already have automatic tactical sprint set, then it'll just make it so that you run double that, basically. So you'll go faster. Increase crouch movement speed by 30%, so when you're crouched down, it'll increase the speed. So, you know, pretty straightforward. EOD, you take reduced damage from non-kill streak explosives and fire, so like RPGs, you know, things like that. When they shoot them at you, you take reduced damage. It's very helpful, especially like if you're in a car, somebody C4s you and blows you up. I actually think you still die, but I'm not completely sure because I haven't tested that out yet. But it is helpful. Cold-blooded, I personally run that. Undetectable by AI targeting system and thermal optics. A lot of people like to use thermal optics, which I'll show you in a second when we get to the people who enjoy sniping. And I'll go over the sniping classes in just a second. But thermal optics, you can use a thermal optic on the HDR, which is really good. But if you have cold-blooded on, it's harder for people to see you. You won't light up on the thermal optic. So cold-blooded is really good. Everything else, I mean, Quick Fix could be good too. I mean, but I don't know. I wouldn't really go with it. But basically, Quick Fix, you just kill players and then you just start regenerating health after you kill somebody, if you're weak, basically. But that would be good for multiplayer, which is why I didn't recommend that. I would recommend Cold-Blooded, EOD, and Double Time for everything. Next, we got Perk 2, we got Restock, Hardline, Overkill, High Alert, Ghost, and Point Man. Ghost is super good. But if you guys want a secondary weapon, you have to use Overkill. But there is a way that you can get Ghost and still have the Overkill perk, okay? So, and I will explain that in just a second. So let's go over the first one. So Restock, it just recharges equipment over 25 seconds. Only use that in multiplayer, don't use that in Warzone. Hardline, your kill streaks cost 1 less kill. Don't worry about that in Warzone either. Overkill, you carry 2 primary weapons. High Alert, your vision pulses when enemies outside your view see you, which I guess that could be pretty good in Warzone. Like if somebody sees you, you're like, oh, somebody sees me. But, you know. But Ghost and Overkill are the 2 ones that I would run. I think Point Man actually gives you, here. Actually, let me check it real quick. I'm pretty sure it gives you, it reduces the amount at the buy station. Here we go. Okay, so Restock, Warzone, it'll recharge equipment over 50 seconds. Warzone, 25% off kiosk prices. Okay, so that was for Hardline. Point Man was for Point Man. All members of your team earn more money from completed missions. Okay, there we go. Had to figure that out for you guys. And then, let's see, Ghost, you're undetectable by UAVs, radar drones, and heartbeat sensors, which is pretty awesome. But the one thing to that, people can counter that if they have $12,000, they can buy 3 UAVs, and then they can get the advanced UAV, which makes it so that you can even be seen if you have Ghost. But Ghost is still really good to have. So, yeah, I'll just stay in here, I guess. No, we'll go back, because that's where all my weapons were. Okay. And we're on this class, so, alright. We're just going over the perks real quick. Alright, so after all that, you guys got all that, and then you have the perk 3, you have Tune-Up, Amp, Shrapnel, Battle Hardened, Spotter, and Tracker. And the ones that I would recommend for Warzone that you guys should try out is, if you have a friend, use Tune-Up. That would help if they're downed, you revive them a little bit faster. I don't personally use that, but you can use it if you want to, if you feel like reviving faster will help. Amped, faster weapon swap and rocket launcher reload speed. I use that for when I'm in a fight and I need to, you know, if I had a rocket launcher, I could reload that thing really quick and shoot somebody. It really helps with sniper rifles and, actually no, not sniper rifles. Yeah, sniper rifles. When you switch sniper rifles and assault rifles, or sniper rifle and SMG, it's a lot quicker, which is really nice. Shrapnel, I wouldn't use that in Warzone. Battle hard, no. Spotter, no. All of that stuff should be in multiplayer. Tracker, you can use in Warzone to help you spot an enemy, because it'll show like little footprints on the ground of where an enemy went, which is helpful as well. But I would use Amped. So Cold-Blooded, Overkill, and Amped are the 3 perks that I would use. And then I'm going to teach you guys right now how to get Ghost in game. So basically what you do, so let's say you got a loadout, right? And for those of you who are new to the game, loadouts come after the first circle. So once the first circle ends, around 14 seconds, it'll say first, and once the circle's closing, it'll say 14 seconds left until it's fully closed. That's usually when the loadout drops, around that time, 14, 15 seconds. And then the second one comes around at the beginning of the 5th circle. So whenever this loadout drop comes, if you get $10,000, you can actually buy a loadout drop from the buy station. And it's a little shopping cart on the map. It's green. It's pretty easy to spot. But once you go there, you can get $10,000, and once you have your $10,000, you could buy a loadout drop. And you throw that loadout drop down, and then you pick up your loadout. And let's say you have Overkill, right? And let's say you got this loadout, okay? And then you're like, but I kind of want Ghost, because Ghost is really good, right? Well, you wait for that first loadout that comes after the first circle. Once that drops, you run over to it, and you want to make sure, let's go down here. See how this loadout has Ghost on it? What you guys want to do is you want to pick that loadout. So you go to that loadout, you pick this, and it'll give you double time, Ghost, and tune-up. But what you guys could do, you could make it so that it's Ghost, but then you have your Cold-Blooded and your Amped on the other side. So you'll still have the other perks. But once you get this, you'll pick up these weapons, but you can swap your weapons out, and you can have the Ghost perk, which is really good. So that's a trick that you guys can use if you didn't already know that. Alright, so let's get into the next one. So the next really good weapon that you guys can use is the M4A1. Really, really good weapon. So let's go into the attachments. So what I would use, Monolithic Suppressor, Corvus Custom Marksman, Ranger foregrip, 60 round mag, and rubberized grip tape. It makes it really, really good. And there's a lot of different options that you can do with this. You can do the Monolithic Suppressor, and then do the stock M16 or Grenadier, which is also a really good one. You can add, let's say, Commander foregrip, 60 round mag, and then you can do stipple grip tape as well. So I mean, you could pretty much mix and match. But that one and the one I said before are really good attachments you can use. But yeah. And then the next one, which is another SMG that I really like to use, is the MP5. And I'll show you the attachments for that. And what I would use is the Monolithic Integral Suppressor. And then the Merc foregrip, 45 round mags, sleight of hand for that faster reload speed, and the FTAC collapsible stock for aim down sight speed and movement speed. And this one's really, really good up close. And the Fennec is also really good up close. I can actually, here, real quick, I'll just switch to the Fennec and I'll show you guys the best attachments you should. Oh, wait, hang on, I gotta go to the other one. Shoot. Because I don't have it all the way leveled up, so I could show you guys. Working on that. Let's go to custom. Okay. And loadout. Let's just go down to the bottom here. Give me overkill. And here we go. Alright, SMGs. You'll want to go to Fennec. And then the muzzle. Let's see. I think a lot of people use Monolithic Suppressor. Really good. Ammunition. I would go with the 40 round drum mags. Underbarrel, Merc foregrip. Barrel. This one right here, the Deadfall. And then the tack laser would be really good. And then you guys can use an optic if you want, but I like the iron sights on it, so you don't have to use that. And the rear grip, I would use stipple grip tape. So this is also a really, really good weapon to use. But you guys can mix and match it however you like, but I would use this if you guys are going to use the Fennec. It's really, really good, the new weapon in Season 4. And then now let's move on to the next one. Let's see, so we did, oh yeah, we'll do the Ram 7 class now. So the Ram 7 is also a really good weapon. No, basically 0 recoil, and once you put the attachments on it, it makes it so good. So let's go over it. The attachments, I would run the monolithic suppressor, the FSS Ranger for the damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil, control everything that we've talked about from the other weapons as well. The underbarrel, the Commando foregrip, ammunition, 50 round mag, because that's the only one that they have. If there was a 60 round, I would probably use a 60 round, but that's the only one they have. And then the tack laser, and this thing is an absolute beast. I mean, all of these weapons are absolute beasts. So definitely try these out if you're new to the game, or if you guys haven't used these before. Definitely try them out in the game of Warzone. It's really, really good. And then obviously the same perks. Oh, and then we'll go over the lethals and tacticals as well. For Warzone, I would go with the C4. C4 is really, really good for destroying cars, especially cars. Like if a car's just running at you, just throw a C4 on it and blow it up, and they're dead. It just kills them instantly. So it's really, really good. And then the tactical, the heartbeat sensor, so that you guys can see people on the heartbeat if they're close enough. I think it's around 50 meters from you is how far you can see on the heartbeat sensor, I'm pretty sure. And then yeah, so that's it. And then another SMG that's really good is the P90. P90 is really good. I'll show you guys the attachments for that. The monolithic suppressor, the forge tag retribution, damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control, the same thing as we talked about before. And then the rubberized grip tape, stipple grip tape, and the tack laser. And this thing is also a really good weapon up close. So, you know, I think you guys, if you guys try these out, I promise you guys, you will do really good in game. I mean, it's really hard to miss with these weapons. Now, long range, it might be, like, super long range might be different, but, and if you guys want me to go over, you know, certain ADS sensitivities or different things like that you guys want to know that'll help you, please leave it down in the comment section. Anything that I can do to help you guys, please be sure to let me know what I can do for you guys. And then, so for those of you who don't really like using assault rifles but really like using sniper rifles, I got some classes for you. So this first class is the AX50 class, and what I would use on the AX50, now this is just for Warzone, multiplayer is a little bit different, but not too much different. I would use the 32-inch factory barrel for all the same 3 reasons, and then the tack laser for that aim down sight speed and stability and stuff. And then you'll want to use the Syngard Arms Assassin, which is for aim down sight speed, sleight of hand for reload quickness, and stipple grip tape for aim down sight speed. And aim down sight speed is really, really good so that you can just shoot, reload, or shoot, reload, shoot, reload, shoot, reload. It's like super, super quick. So this is a really good weapon for Warzone. And then I would partner it up with the MP7 as well, because the MP7 is just beast. I mean, they're all really good, but I usually use the MP7 when I'm rocking an AX50 class. And then the next one I have, don't use the shotgun, I just have it there, because you can use an MP7 or some kind of SMG. If you guys want to use a shotgun, I mean, I guess that's fine, but I don't personally use shotguns in game because I don't think they really help. They will help in the beginning, like once you land, but you know, I wouldn't really go for it. And then you have the HDR. So let's go over the attachment for the HDR, which is also a really good weapon. The monolithic suppressor, the 26.9-inch HDR Pro, and who would have guessed it's for the same exact thing we've been talking about the whole time. And tack laser, thermal sniper scope, and the F-Tac Stalker Scout. This gun is really, really, really good. And it is a thermal optic. You don't have to use a thermal optic. You can just use the normal scope, which is still really good. And you guys can actually upgrade the scopes too. So if I took that off, pretty sure you can go to customize, you can go to reticle, and then you can, if you do these little challenges, you can get this one. Really, right here, the cross thread, is a really good one. I would definitely try to get that. All you have to do is get 200 kills using the sniper scope, which is the normal scope. So definitely try that out, because I really like this. I use that for the AX50 as well. Would definitely get that one. Alright, and I think that's everything, guys. So if you have any questions, if there's a weapon that you guys want to know that I may not have covered in this video that could still be good in Warzone, please leave a comment down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer your comment and, you know, figure out what I can do to help you guys. So thank you all for watching, and catch you guys next time. Peace out.